very hesitant to go back because I would be on edge all the time there.
Bowen Road is a fairly windy trail.
Bowen Road used to be a great place to walk. You know, with the dog poisoner, it did kind of taint the road a little bit.
Unless you've got someone watching all the time.
If I'd acted differently and more aggressively, I might have stopped what I suspect was the main culprit, if perhaps the only culprit.
喺一放狗狗咧，小心啲喎，因為咧驚嗰啲狗嗰啲毒嚟咧。真係有毒嚟啊！因為咧，佢有時啲毒嚟咧，佢擺喺呢啲位置咧。哦，就係呢啲咁嘅。係啦，或者係呢啲山邊咧，佢撈埋啲樹葉呢啲咧，咁樣啊。嗱，譬如啲石頭呢啲位咧，有時佢會撈埋喺嗰啲，譬如話燒肉啊，或者鵝頭啊咁樣嘅身上咁樣啦。但係就會見到有啲係唔尋常嘅點咁樣咯。因為呢啲脷咧好毒嘅，食咗咧佢就會咧即刻會有機會死亡。死亡咁犀利？係啊。
Usually what happens by the time we get a dog that is obviously poisoned, they're usually having convulsions, they may be vomiting, they may be having diarrhea.
I got a phone call from my helper saying, oh, Holly's acting very strange. I don't know what's going on. So I said, okay, that's very weird. So I went back to the house to check on her.
They obviously can't stand and they're almost kind of rigid, shaking like that. They're a mess because they're covered in vomit, they're covered in urine.
There was just vomit and diarrhea all over the house. There was obviously something going on. And Holly's not an active dog, but she was jumping all over the place. I mean, she was leaping. It was like she was on drugs. Here we are. What's this? What's this? Oh, you love that, don't you? Holly is like a family member to us. So if you can imagine a family member essentially dying in your arms, you're going to do whatever it takes. And I actually think my dad damaged the door of the SPCA trying to just get through the door and get to the vet and just try and save her life. All right. Okay. Should we have some more treats? Right.
It's one of those things that never occurred to me. You always think that never happens to me. Suddenly, I just got a call at 11 o'clock. My helper just said the dog has been poisoned and is Lloyd. And by the time I got there, Pepper was gone. And Lloyd said so strong, the poison, was that he pumped everything out, but still didn't manage to save her. So I was just completely shocked and angry. And my daughter was totally destroyed when I told her that evening, when she was having a bath. I told her, she asked, where's Pepper? I have to tell her. And she didn't recover for months.
There's nothing quite as unique and quirky as the Bowen Road poison. They are all almost the same scenario every time. When the owner brings the bait in or when the dog vomits it up, it's the same colour.
And I found a man in blue cotton clothes. I can no longer remember clearly, but I would think 35, 40 years old and nondescript. He had a pink bag, sort of thing that cheap shops used to give you for free, and he was feeding the dogs. So of course I was immediately suspicious, and I challenged him and said, "What are you doing here?" And I remember him saying, "Oh, well, you know, I love the animals and I love the birds and I come here in the morning." After 2 or 3 minutes, I suppose, he said, "Oh, I've got to go now, I've got to go." And he walked off. And now there was something rather strange about him, I can tell you. In fact, I think that was partly what inhibited me, because there was something, you know, he may have had some sort of mental problems. A minute or so after he'd departed, Ruth started to vomit and tremble. And I met the police up at Bowen Road, and we went up and down and then up the hill up towards Magazine Gap Road a few times, looking to see if we could find the poisoner, which was, as you can imagine, a bit like finding a needle in a haystack.
It seems to me there's two things is pretty clear: the type of poison they use, the location where it's used, and the few location within one stretch of the road. So you have so many clues to either prevent or try to capture the person.
Now we're 25 years on, let's assume he was 40, 50, 60, 70, he's 75 years old, he may be dead. So the probability is, if there are still poisonings going on, that there are more than one involved.
Gentle little soul. Yeah. There are many things you read about. People like him could potentially one day can turn into a psychopath mass murderer, but he carried on killing dogs.
These are my family members, so maybe if they can see it from that standpoint, or maybe also just spend some time at a dog rescue place, and he'll see just how loving dogs actually are and how wonderful they are. Maybe he needs some love in his life.
To me, as I said, I just hope, if anything happens, I hope he dies on poison, and suffer.